Do any of you wish you had buddies from your youth? People frequently tell me that they are envious of the girls' closeness, or that they fell in love just because they were childhood friends. However, in practice, childhood friendships can occasionally impede the growth of a romantic relationship and present their own unique set of difficulties. I'll tell my story today. Tyler is my name. I had a childhood friend of the same age, so people, especially boys, were always envious of my existence. Anna is her name. To be honest, I have no idea when Anna and I first became friends. She had already joined me by the time I recognized it. Our parents are friends, and our homes are adjacent to one another. Naturally, our family was close, playing together and traveling to and from school together. It's a presence that's expected, like having a sister living next door. For me, that was Anna. She is kind, loving, and has a nice disposition. I was so frequently envious of having such a childhood pal. However, she is a childhood friend and family to me, so I didn't find it very noteworthy when people were envious of us. Childhood friendships have advantages since they are too intimate. Additionally, our rooms are directly adjacent to one another. Simply open the window to see each other's faces. Despite attending different high schools, we were able to communicate virtually every day because of this accidental circumstance. Anna would wake me up every morning because I'm not a morning person. She woke me awake in a very unusual way. Due to the proximity of their homes, childhood pals occasionally enter the room through the window in romantic comedies. However, because it's the second story, it's perilous no matter how close. If there was an accident, it would be devastating. Using a broom, Anna knocked on my window as her strategy. "It's morning, Tyler. Awaken. Wake me up," Anna would say. Anna's voice always opened my mornings. Even after we each had a girlfriend or partner, this persisted. You'd ask yourself, why don't you stop when you get a girlfriend or boyfriend? However, we have nothing to feel bad about because we are like family. We could accomplish it because of this. However, I wouldn't advise it because it might be misinterpreted. Even after we changed schools or employment, Anna and I remained together. As adults, our relationship remained strong. Every Friday, we also went out for drinks, which was the ideal setting for venting about our inexperience in the job. Even after we became adults and a considerable amount of time had gone by, our relationship remained stable as family without developing into anything more. It didn't alter. Darn, I got dumped again. The drinking sessions that had previously been a time for me to vent to Anna had recently evolved into opportunities for her to hear my grievances. Well, Anna was the one who complained sometimes, but I was usually the one who complained the most. Furthermore, the majority of the content dealt with my girlfriend's breakup. She would ask, "Are you a teenager or something?" Well, it was quick. "You two only started dating last month, right?" This time, I anticipated it lasting longer than 3 months. I had a girlfriend at the time and was really popular, but for some reason, our relationship never lasted long. No matter how hard I tried, it ended after 3 months. I was in shock at first, sobbing and drinking, but lately, after being rejected so many times, I was drinking out of desperation. In these moments, Anna would reassure me with a puzzled smile. "So, what caused this time's breakup? The last time, wasn't it cheating?" This time, she said I was boring. Haha, that's quite a hard-hitting comment, isn't it? When I replied, Anna chuckled and shrugged. "Cheer up," she replied, laughing, and gave me my favorite dish. Even though Anna had matured into a lovely and kind adult, she was single. She just stayed unmarried, though, not because her relationships didn't work out. To put it another way, she was completely different from me. Because of this, I found it simple to talk to her, and she laughed off my complaints. Do I really seem that uninteresting? I do make an effort to surprise her. Maybe your surprises aren't hitting the mark. I was awful at surprises, so I was at a loss for words. Despite my best efforts, it always came up empty. For example, if I offered a female flowers, she would later discover that she had allergies, sneezed uncontrollably, and became quite irate. Or she said it was too intrusive if I reserved a place for our anniversary. Nothing ever went well. However, It's still stunning to break up in just 1 month. Sigh, I'll just distract myself with my hobbies. Hobbies. Yes, I have recently developed an interest in camping. It's enjoyable. Yes, I've just now realized how much I enjoy being outside, pitching my own tent, and spending time in the great outdoors. My anxieties became insignificant while I was in the midst of overpowering nature, and I felt genuinely alive. It was such a cool experience, and I've been hooked ever since, camping all the time. Anna's eyes widened as I told her, "Well, I've wanted to give it a go, but camping by yourself is dangerous for women. I'm envious. So, want to come along?" "Really? Can I?" I invited Anna to camp with the simple idea that I can have a camping buddy, and she was surprisingly eager. I requested Anna to get personal things like a sleeping bag and change of clothing ready because I have most of the stuff I need. She exclaimed, "Yay," when I presented her with a proper list. Excitedly, I'm looking forward to it. Like Anna, I was looking forward to our camping trip. When the day for camping finally came, it was a gorgeously clear day that was ideal for camping. In addition, we were lucky to find a great location, which improved my mood due to the weather and the surroundings. "So nice," Anna exclaimed with equal excitement. "Amazing. Such a beautiful view. Cool, isn't it?" "Yeah, thanks for bringing me to such a wonderful place." Anna was full of life and gave me a dazzling smile. Her smile was stunning beneath the azure sky. I was hit for a second. Wait, was Anna always this gorgeous? She's certainly gorgeous, but I hadn't noticed her beauty because I had never seen her as someone of the opposite sex. "What's the matter?" I turned my head away as Anna cocked her head and gazed at me, surprising Tyler with her beauty. Her face stood out more because we were in a more natural setting than the city, which made me turn away. "No, it isn't anything. Let's get the tent up. Please check the food supplies, as it will take some work. Verify that nothing is spoiled." "All right, I understand." I grudgingly requested Anna to check the food so I could stay out of sight. As I set up the tent, I reasoned that this location is the only reason I am seeing Anna in a unique light. However, my heart was pounding faster than normal. No, Anna is family, at least, she wasn't meant to be, but not in a romantic sense. You can accomplish anything, Tyler. It's nothing more than a talent for tent setup. Don't be humble. Since I can't arrange everything that elegantly, I admire you. I was ecstatic just to be praised by Anna, who generally looks after me, so I gave it a little more effort. I made an effort to seem stylish while I was camping. For instance, Anna asked, "How does this work?" as she struggled with the sandwich maker while we were preparing hot sandwiches. "Help me, Tyler," she exclaimed as she approached me holding a sandwich maker full with crammed ingredients. "Hey, you overdid it. You know, it won't close if you do that." I instructed her how to use it and how much to put in while laughing. She was really taken aback when I completed arranging the food while she worked on other tasks. "You've already done what?" Anna didn't know certain things because she was new to camping. I pretended to be a little, indeed, really, cool because I wanted her to just enjoy camping today. I used to think that everything I ate out was fantastic because of this, but the food you prepared for me tasted the greatest. It was worth the effort. I was normally the one who looked after Anna, but now I wanted to see her grin all day. I took the lead when camping, showed her the ropes, and watched her laugh so happily. Before I knew it, I was taking care of her during camp and making a concerted effort to make her smile. It was already dusk before I knew it. Time went by so quickly, it was a little isolating. Anna remarked, "It was fun today," as they gathered around the campfire, feeling as though the day was already over. "I'm grateful, Tyler. Let's go camping once more, please." I wanted to be with Anna like today, every day, after she said that. We've always lived together, like family, but I didn't want that kind of relationship. Anna and I wanted to be a true family. That's how I felt. However, it's probably too late. I hadn't thought of Anna family until recently. She must feel the same way, surely. She doesn't think of me as a man, which is why she went camping with me. It saddens me to know this. It would be nice if we could always be together like today. I found myself muttering as I gazed at the flames. That's when I found myself whispering. To be honest, I felt like I had blown it. We're always together, aren't we? I would be asked. However, I was surprised to find that Anna did not respond. Anna was blushing more than the campfire, and I wondered why. Yes. Her response surprised me so much that I had to blurt out in shock. It came as a complete surprise, and I was also confused. Don't say such things here, Anna murmured shyly. It will convey the incorrect message. Anna looked down when she said that. Miscommunication? No. Is that? I quickly steadied myself after almost toppling over my chair in agitation. Anna quietly remarked, Really? I thought this all along, after noticing this. I understand all of your advantages and disadvantages, and I would never dump Tyler in a matter of months. I was aware that you just consider me family. You could invite me camping because of this, right? You already know, fool. Spending a day with an uninterested guy is not something I'm into as a girl. She looked at me when she said this, her ears crimson. I gasped when I saw how feminine those eyes were. Since when? Well, most likely when we reached adulthood. I knew when I was astonished to hear that you had a girlfriend. Perhaps in a state of desperation, Anna confides in me. We met and talked almost every week, and occasionally she would complain about issues, which seemed to be the impetus for Anna to become aware of me. Despite her almost malicious criticisms, I never expressed disapproval of her and instead accepted her for who she was. I could see Anna for who she really was. Others simply find my beauty, cuteness, and gentleness appealing, but you were different. I was glad that you never rejected any aspect of me. Anna, on the other hand, had always been a wonderful family member to me and wanted to be by my side because she knew I didn't view her as the opposing sex. My face started to become hot as I noticed it. All this time, Anna had been concerned about me. I regret not noticing it sooner, and I don't want to put her through this any longer. I apologize for not noticing, Anna. Really, it's okay. I was the one who fell for you. I want to stop making you feel that way. Although I understand that it's handy, I thought you looked stunning today, Anna. Will you be my girlfriend since I want to start a family with you? I was desperate, but my voice sounded clear in the campsite's silent night. I pondered whether Anna grasped what I had said. I've been waiting for those words, she remarked with a joyful smile. She gave me a hug after saying this. I was a complete idiot for not noticing someone so significant so near to me. For the rest of her life, I shall provide her joy. I decided. It looks like the camping trip will finish nicely, but things don't always go as planned. How do we proceed? Really? We discovered the sleeping bag I had brought was broken right before bed. When Anna attempted to force the zipper to open, it did so partially but not completely. It may be used as a blanket if it broke and was unable to zip up. Because it was only partially open, you could only fit one leg inside, negating the usefulness of a sleeping bag. Anna could fit in my sleeping bag, which is rather roomy if we really tried. I considered giving Anna my sleeping bag, but I knew she wouldn't like it. I questioned her reluctantly, and Anna agreed, her cheeks flushed. What a predicament it is to share a sleeping bag on your first night together, man. However, nothing unpleasant occurred. After all, the sleeping bag was the perfect size, and it would be rude to his parents, who regarded me like family, to do anything here. Above all, my father could punch me and ask, "What are you doing?" I therefore made a solid vow to do nothing. I apologized, Tyler. Isn't that tight? When I respond, "Not at all. It feels just right," Anna smiles and responds, "That's the kind of kindness I love. Good night." She leaves such a bombshell when she goes to sleep. Give me a break, please. This is tied in a lot of ways, but I'll persevere since I'm a man. Our relationship altered significantly, and our first camping trip went great. Since we were essentially together, things actually moved along swiftly. Naturally, we both dated with the intention of getting married, and we quickly got to know one another's parents. However, since Anna's and my parents were friends, there was no resistance. Conversely, To us, Tyler is like a son. He is a welcome addition to our family. Having Anna as our daughter makes us very happy. Nothing is more happy than this. The thrill was enormous after that. The gathering of both families was in a joyous mood and wasn't all that different from our regular family get-togethers. It was good that my folks and Anna's parents were thrilled and offered us some amazing beverages. I then asked her to marry me after a year of dating. Please stay with me forever. It seemed so corny, but I gave her a ring and her favorite flowers as a surprise. You recalled my favorite flowers, which makes me happy. You have my undying love. She cried when she put the ring on my finger and whispered, "You must make me happy, or I'll be angry." We were each other's essential and indispensable existence, but we were too close to recognize it. It took me a while to realize this. But if I can live my entire life with Anna, I have no regrets. The same was true for our families. Our parents, like us, frequently went out for drinks and were fully aware of our connection. They would even have drinking parties at each other's houses. They would discuss parenting at those times, speculating about what they would do if their kids brought a partner home. It appears that both believed the other's child would make the perfect partner for theirs. They spoke about it among themselves and wished we had already met. Indeed, outsiders think for themselves. Their wishes came true as a result, and they were presumably overjoyed. I was able to avoid using the standard welcome. May I have your daughter's hand in marriage? Because of that. After numerous diversions, we eventually came together. What do you all think now that you've heard this? Having a childhood pal can be problematic, so if you think it's wonderful, be careful. For instance, the dining table is laden with stuff I don't like on the days we argue. It's also nearly impossible to pull off surprises because we've known each other since we were little and can read each other's thoughts. Knowing each other so well presents certain challenges, but it also means that we can sympathize with and encourage one another when we're worn out or struggling. This is the start of our story. Naturally, though, it's not the end. I'll enjoy a happy life with Anna for eternity. That is my life's ambition and my wish.